The
It's been
demonic
nearly
France
80
you don't
years since
know.
hundreds of black West African soldiers who fought for France's freedom against Nazi Germany during World War II were killed in cold blood by their fellow white French officers in Senegal in 1944, in what is known as the Thiaroye Massacre. This is the story of how France treated its black soldiers and took their lives because they demanded their rights. How it then covered it up and erased it from school curriculums, attempting to deny history and lighten the nation's conscience. Known as the Tirailleurs Sénégalais units, these were volunteers and conscripts from former French colonies, serving in the French Army's colonial infantry. Specifically, the soldiers were from Guinea, Mali, Senegal, Burkina Faso, Chad, Benin, Gabon, Ivory Coast, the Central African Republic, and Togo. Those who were killed had all been prisoners of war, held in Nazi Germany's camps during the Second World War. They had been subsequently freed by the Nazis and transferred to a holding facility in Thiaroye on the outskirts of the Senegalese capital, Dakar. The soldiers were upset and demanded equal pay to white soldiers, in addition to their unpaid wages and pensions, and so what was a call for justice was translated by the French as a mutiny. And on the night of November 30th, 1944, white French officers killed their black colleagues held in Thiaroye. The French admit that 35 died, but war veterans say at least 300 black African soldiers were killed. It took France 62 years to finally offer them equal pensions. In 2012, François Hollande officially recognized the incident, describing it as a bloody repression, offering the Senegalese photocopies of military archives detailing the event. However, Hollande's formal apology did not detail who killed the African soldiers and why. There is no mention of the incident in French history books, and it's definitely not taught in schools. Even a film made about the Thiaroye massacre in 1988 was banned in France for a decade. And if you tried to pay your respects and visit the military cemetery in Senegal, where the soldiers lay, you would be denied entry. The reality is, the problem is deep-rooted and reflected in France's colonial chauvinism and the bigotry of its leaders who have tried to deny history. Hollande's predecessor, Nicolas Sarkozy, had said during a visit to Senegal that the, quote, African man did not make his way into history. He also said that the problem with Africa is that it lives in the nostalgia of a paradise lost in childhood. Sorry to break it to you, little man, but blacks and Arabs outnumbered whites in the French Free Army. You know, the army that won you your freedom after your country was occupied by Nazis in World War II? Unsurprisingly, there is very little mention of the roles of former French colonies in the world wars. France also murdered, raped, pillaged, exploited, and returned skulls as part of a civilizing mission in Africa. Man said paradise lost in childhood. Funny guy. The struggle for France's elite to come to terms with its dark colonial past is ongoing. Incumbent President Emmanuel Macron recently said that his country would not apologize for its well-documented mass atrocities in Algeria. In fact, they're so insecure about their misadventures and racist history in Africa that the French Foreign Ministry last year called me out on Twitter, like Achmet, you know, over a video detailing the French colonization of Africa. Now, my question is, who runs this account? Like, I'm guessing an angry white man, innit? They were like, Monsieur, please, we did not invade Ghana, huh? We only invaded all the countries around Ghana, huh? All the rest of Africa, please. Look, France has an issue with its past, one that it must own up to, take responsibility, apologize, and compensate for. It should focus on this instead of tweeting at yours truly, man like Achmed. Priorities, fam, priorities. And since we're talking about priorities, please subscribe to the channel so you can catch all the rest of French colonialism and them not apologizing for it. Thank you.